Hello everyone, welcome to DBZ. In this video we will learn about objects and functions in JavaScript. So let's begin with functions. So basically function is a set of code which can be run multiple times in our program whenever we call it. So I hope I don't need to get deep into it or explain each and everything. I guess you know all those. So let's see how we can create a function and then call the function in JavaScript. So the basic syntax goes like function and then the name and then the parameters, and inside braces you can give the statements. So I'll be giving the name sum, and in parameters I'll give a and b. I hope you all knows no return type and no argument and all those, with argument, without argument. If you are not familiar with all those, you can go check out C programming tutorial so that you will understand all of them. So yeah, here we have a function naming sum and we have two parameters or arguments. So we will return the sum of a and b. Okay, and then we will create a variable a equal to, we'll call the function sum of, and then we will pass the value 10 comma 20. So yeah, we are passing the value 10 and 20 and we are storing the return value in the variable a, and then we will just print them out. Console log a. Okay, yeah, so this is the basic function. We will just run this. Yeah, we are getting the value 30. If I create another variable and call it again, same it will be working. I'll create another calling it b, and then I'll again console log b. Now we have two things. Now let me change the value. I'll change to 1 and 21. Now let's see if it is working. So yeah, we are getting the answers. So yeah, this is a basic function syntax, and then we are calling it, and then we are printing the return value. So this is one type where we can call the function and create a function. I'll come up with another type to create a function. That is, we will create a variable. I'll name it sum, and then I'll give equal to, and then I'll tell it's a function. And here we don't need to give the name, and again I'll pass the values a and b, and then inside this I'll again return the value a plus b, and then I'll close this. So let's see if this is working. So here we have given it like this. Before we had given function name and then parameters and then the statement. Now we are giving the variable, we are assigning sum with this function. So let's again run this code. Again we are getting the same value as the answer. This is our second type, or you can say another type, to define a function and call them. Now let me tell you another method which is very easy comparing to all this. So yeah, so I'll create again a variable sum, and then I'll give equal to, and then here I'll give the bracket a comma b, and then I will give equal to and greater than symbol. So this is basically called as arrow function, and arrow function have many uses. I'm not going deep into it, I'm just telling how this is. And then inside the flower bracket you will just return the value a plus b. Now let's run this program and see. I'll run it again. So yeah, again we are getting the same value as the answer. Now if we have only return value, so there is no need of this flag bracket. Okay, you can directly give AB, and then we will run the code. See, again we are getting the same answer. So this makes the function syntax very small and easy. This is called as arrow function. So yeah, here is a variable and the sum, and I am assigning the sum two parameters, and then I am arrow functioning it and telling a plus b. So here the sum, when we are calling sum with 10 and 20, here 10 and 20, we are getting the return value of a plus b. So if you have only single arguments, so let's think if it is only a. Okay, now let me remove this both from here, a plus 10. Okay, now we have only one parameter or one argument. There is no need of brackets also. You can directly write it like this and then you print it, still the code runs exactly same. Okay, so this is the basic functions, and you have a many use of this arrow function. I have not gone very deep into it, so yeah, this is all about functions. So let's see what is object in C. So basically till now we have learned about arrays. So what array does is it will store only a single value which is not having any property or something, so that we can differentiate with other values. So when you call an API, when you are storing anything into the database, you will get in the format of some title and then the value. So to make that easy, we have object in JavaScript. So let's see how we can create an object. So for that we will create a var, and then let me create an object for person, and then inside this we will add the values like inside a curly bracket. Okay, so inside the curly bracket there is two things, which is one is property and then the other one is value. So let me tell, person obviously will have a name, and the name colon, and inside the quotation we will give the name. I hope you guys understood. So this is its property or the title, and then we are assigning dev.easy to that. Okay, and then we can separate or differentiate with the comma. So there is another property which is age, and then age I will give it 19, and then you can have many things. You can have a long text or numericals, boolean, any kind of data can be stored in objects. So let's this is how we created an object. Now let's see how we get the data in the console. So we will just output it. We will console log, and we will console log person. Okay, now let's run this. So here we go, we got name as dev.easy, age 19, we got in the similar way. Now imagine I want only the name of the person, so I will just type person dot name, and then let me run the code. So I got the dev.easy, which is the name of the person, and let me just get the age, and there you go, there is an age which is 19. So this is how basically a function is created and called. So in this we can have only a single data which is inside this person. So imagine we need to have a multiple values inside this function whose let's imagine the name, age are the similar two things, and we have multiple person, okay, like person 1, person 2, person 3, and then we have same properties. We need to change only data. So how we can do that? So for that we have learned about the function, and there is a concept called as constructor. So basically constructor, what it is, when you call a function, the constructor is automatically invoked. So let me write the code and then make you understand. So for that we will create a function, and then I will tell the function as person, and here I will give name, age. Okay, there is a two parameters here, and then here I will create a constructor which is this dot name equal to name, and then this dot age equal to age. Okay, here what I have done is, there is a function person who is getting two arguments which is name and age, and then this is called as constructor. When you call this function, the person function, this will be automatically invoked, and then your values will get stored. So this dot name, so person dot name will be name which argument you have passed, and then the age of that person will be the argument again which you have passed. So let's simply create a new object. So let me tell person1. Okay, so there is a variable person1 equal to new person, and then we will give the name which is Debussy. This must be in the single quotation, and then I'll give the age 19. Okay, now let's just print the value of person1. Okay, I'll run the code. So we got Debussy and the age. Okay, this is how you create a object who have same properties. So let me create another object which is, I'll call it as person2 equal to new person, and then I'll just give the value as Raj, and then I'll give the age as 20. So let me just print even the person2 details. So let me run here. So I am getting here Debussy 19 and Raj 20. So if I want only the name, so here I will give a person dot name, and then here I want only the age, so I'll give person2 dot age. Run the code. So here we go, Debussy and 20. This is how we make a multiple object who is having the same properties using constructor. This will be used in various times when you are starting to do with API calls and the database. You will mostly get the values in this object types where you will have a property and then the name. So then when you want something to get, you will just take it out like this. That is all about objects. Thank you.